I think the reason why we meet every 5 years, and some people talk about it every year, is because we fought a strike and we knew we were right. And we've lived long enough to prove that we're right. That's the gift. That's why miners and the families and people that didn't work in the pit turn up, because they know that as the years have elapsed and the 25-year papers come out and then the 30-year-old papers come out from the cabinet, we now know that Thatcher did want to close 75 pits. It was the figure we used every day of the week during that year-long strike. And all the time they were lying to Parliament and saying there are only 20 pits to close. What are you getting all worked up about? You know it's only 20. We were right. Every word that we uttered throughout that year-long strike, we hit the nail on the head. And that's really why people come together, because they know that it was a strike that was a bit different from some others as well. Because the strike of 84, unlike the strike of 1972 and 74, which was about money, and there's no wrong with that. There's no wrong with having a strike, especially when you win, and it's about getting more money in your pocket. But the 84 strike wasn't about that. It was quite remarkable. The 84 strike was about honour. It was about a 56-year-old miner, let's say, in the Durham coal mine, who is fighting to save a job in a Welsh village for a kid that's only 15, 16 years of age, who he'd never met. That's what the strike was about. It's remarkable, really, that it lasted a year. But it wasn't about mammon. It wasn't about greed in any way at all. We were right about the police at Aubrey, where some policemen were writing down the same sentence about a miner. And I saw Jack Smith with a rock in his hand, and he threw it at our ranks. Every sentence began like that, just as it did at Hillsborough. All that has come pouring out, so people know we were correct, and that the establishment and those in the higher echelons of society were lying through the teeth. When the welfares went, well, way of life went, because the tentacles of the NUM, you better believe it, didn't stop in the union box in a big yard. That ethos of together and being one unit spread right to every big village. It ain't there now. And I never saw anybody. 30 years ago, I never saw anybody in the constituency that I represent in Bolsover with 25 pit villages or were pit villages. I never saw any young man or woman taking drugs. That's what's changed as well. Don't ever forget it. And when you see the pub shut in Shirebrook, they say, look at that then, bloody white swan there. I said, yeah, Thatcher shut that. Well, he said, well, it's only went last year. I said, she shut it. All part of that, destroying the country. And after the falling of Stalingrad, now Bevan and his pals got together and they said, I think we'd better start building for the future. We'll have a health service. And Stafford pricked some down and they said, where's the money coming from? And they said, we're going to borrow it. Like the other side. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to build council houses, and we're going to get jobs for 700,000 people that are in the armed forces and the women that were working in the factories. And we're going to have an education act, and we're going to have benefits and pensions for everybody, which had never occurred before. And we're going to introduce industrial injury benefit. We'll call it a welfare state, and we'll borrow our way